Hi, in today's video I want to show you how to automate your CRO agency to provide your service faster and save your profit margin. My name is Konstantin and I work as analytics and automation consultant and help e-commerce brands and agencies automate their operations. I break down CRO agency automation into three main buckets and plus additional. I will show you some theory plus practical examples that you can implement quite easily. So let's start with sales. And our sales process can be divided into, let's say, 6 steps. And the first one is introductory call booked, and you can use here quite popular call booking software like Calendly and their alternatives. But what you can do with when someone booked a call, you can send this information into your task manager. Then also you can send this data into your CRM that you use. Also, it's useful to send this data into spreadsheet, like to track new leads, and it will be useful for agency reporting then. Also, it's quite useful to send notifications about new leads to Slack. It can be one automation that will take 4 steps, and you can easily do it with Zapier or make.com. Let's continue. Then when you do a discovery call, you can, with help of Zapier or make.com, prepare a presentation from a template. You do have some values from your call booked. It's probably your client website, company name, and so on. And you can pick these variables, for instance, from CRM and push into presentation to make it more personalized. Also, you can use call transcribing. There are a lot of different AI-generated meeting summaries. Here, for instance, one is Read AI, but there are plenty of other alternatives. Also, on a discovery call, you can update your CRM data about your client. Then it goes follow-up sequence. Here you can create pre-built templates and use service like text expander. It will help you quickly generate email follow-ups. But it will be a manual process, or you can use Zapier or make.com, and by using their email module, you can grab other variables from your CRM and so on and make your follow-ups more personalized. The next step is proposal generation. And it's also useful to use some automation software to prepare your proposals quicker, because you do have a lot of data from your leads already in your CRM, task manager, and other software. Then contract signed, you can use tools that helps to do it, and payment received. Here is quite easy and very useful and automation is when you received your payment, for instance, using Stripe, then you can send payment data into Google spreadsheets. This like client name and with some amount plus a date, and it will be useful for your finance and tracking all your payments. Also, it is really useful to send notification about successful payment into Slack for your sales team or just for yourself to notify that you received a payment. So let's go next into the onboarding phase of so here I divided this step into 3 sub-steps. It's a new form fill-in when your client fills a new onboarding form for you to quicker start your engagement, and you can use free tools for this like Google Forms. And what information you can ask, it's for instance company name, email, your website URL, and access that you need for the future. This information will be useful for the next steps. And then you can generate documents based on this form field. What you can do automatically is create a new folder and create a new project for a client using Task Manager, then generating audit checklists for GA4, GTM, Hotjar, Clarity, also some website CRO checklist. Then you can create a Slack channel for the client and create a new dashboard with client data. You can use Looker Studio, and data source here quite often will be GA4. It can be done almost with one automation using Zapier or Make. And I can show you how your Looker Studio template may look like. You can use similar dashboard in Looker Studio to showcase your client conversion data based on GA4, and they will see main KPIs like average order value, their conversion rate, abandonment rates, and so on, with breakdowns by shopping funnel. Similar dashboard can be useful on the sales process as well. When your client shared with you GA4 data, and you just here select their property and show based on their data what you can improve. For instance, you can show that we can target your desktop and tablet traffic, and if we improve LRV by X% and conversion rate, it will generate you X amount of additional revenue. Let's jump back, and so it is documents generation, and then you make an onboarding call, or it can be a Loom video that you prepared for the client to outline all the documents they will receive. This can help them understand your process, how you work. Let's go next into the service delivery. And here basically is our CRO process begins, and the first phase is research, and it can be break down into user research and data research. So for user research, you can use surveys, polls, reviews, website, SMM channels, interviews, and chat logs. What can be useful to automate here is, for instance, on-site polls. If you use Hotjar, fire their polls feature on some problem pages like checkout page and so on, you can send this feedback to Google Spreadsheets, plus particular Slack channel to quickly monitor frustrations from your clients, let's say. And for review websites and SMM channels, it will be useful to review all the comments. It can be done using scraping services to scrape reviews from Amazon, Trustpilot, and from social media like Instagram and Facebook. Let me show you how you can do it. There is an cool marketplace called Apify, where you can find a lot of pre-built scrapers for different websites. You can search here and, for instance, find Amazon review scraper, they offer some free tier, and if you don't have a lot of data to scrape, it can even be free. It is way faster to do than doing manually. And there are a lot of pre-built scrapers for almost all websites like Trustpilot, Amazon, and social media channels like Instagram scraper for comments and posts, and so on. What you can do further with this data is to go into, for instance, make.com, and here you can find API and connect this model with Google Spreadsheets and send their reviews, scraped reviews data into a spreadsheet. To enhance it even more, you can use tools like ChatGPT and analyze this data, but not always it's required to do, because it's useful to read some comments by yourself rather than relying on AI here. But it's also a good possibility. Then for data research, you can use web analytics tools. It probably will be GA4. And, here the main reports that you need to check is funnel, top pages, products, acquisition report, search terms. You can speed up this process by using BI tools like Looker Studio and create pre-built templates for, let's say, exploratory data analysis for your clients to quickly find insights and combine data from funnel, from acquisition channels, and so on one page. Then you can do technical data analysis to check site speed, how performance cross browsers, cross devices, and so on. The next process is hypothesis creation. And here, just imagine that all these lines is like columns in a table. First column in your spreadsheet can be test idea that you want to consider. It can be make delivery more clear and so on. Then formulate better some kind of behavioral hypothesis based on it. Then it's better to specify where you find this insight. You reviewed heat maps, reviews, surveys, and so on. Then it's good to know what device to test. It will be all site, it will be mobile or desktop traffic only, and so on. Then it's better to specify what page you will use for testing purpose. Then the additional column is status, like it's live, work in progress, and so on. And here you can use some kind of prioritization frameworks for hypothesis evaluation, what to test first, next, and so on. Like Pi and ICE, quite simple and popular. Next phase is design. Here you just need to create some kind of templates that you can reuse in some cases, and so on. For coding and QA, something similar here to reuse some parts of codes and so on. Here it's important to maintain knowledge base where you structure your experiments data and so on. Then on A/B test phase, it's important to set up tracking and set up A/B testing tools. So for tracking setup, you can use SGTM, and you can create a pre-built container with all your tags. So you can just go import container and import all your pre-built tags for a new client. It can be A/B testing tool setup and additional GA4 events for clients and so on. It can significantly speed up tagging website. Also, document generation. I know that quite often we want to add a lot of tracking events on PDP and other pages, and it's important to document all this data. When you prepared all your tags in GTM and QA them, you can quite easily and quickly generate documentation based on your GTM tags. You need to find extension that is called GTM Tools by Simo Ohava. And what this extension does is you select your account and select your container, and utilizing GTM API, it pulls all the data into spreadsheet with your tag name, trigger name, date modified, comments, and so on. Yeah, it's very useful extension. I highly recommend, and it is free. Then you need to set up heat maps and polls. Here you can also utilize a checklist to simplify this process. And you need to set up A/B testing tool. It depends what kind of tools that you will use, but for instance, how to make it even better is to set up integration with your A/B testing tool with Slack. For instance, VWO has a Slack app. What they can do is to send real-time updates about your A/B test campaigns to Slack. For instance, you will see something like this one. Your campaign status changed. And here are some triggers that you can use. Quite useful trigger is when campaign winner found, and you will almost instantly receive notification into your Slack channel. Also, when you start A/B test, it's a good trigger to push this notification. It will be useful for your clients' visibility about your work. Then data analysis. So we need to present in some way our results. Also share with our clients some kind of dashboard that I showed you before. Yeah, you can add additional comments and add some kind of explanation when you started your A/B test, when it finished, and so on. Also, you can actually notify your clients about conversion rate fluctuations and use for this purpose J4 alerts features or Slack alerts, and I will show you how to do it in J4. Yeah, I log into J4, and what you can do here is to go into and click on View All Insights and click Create. And here you can create a custom insight similar to alerting feature. Here you can choose metric, key events, select a condition, if it's less or equal to a particular number, increase more than 20%, and so on. And then you need to name it and paste here all email addresses that you want to receive this kind of notifications. So there are some Slack apps that can do similar things and send notifications into Slack channels when a particular metric has changed, and so on. And on analysis phase, the last step is I think it's important to update your knowledge base. It can be different tools, for instance, Notion, to document all your findings, previous experiments, and so on. That will be useful for teaching new team members, and other automations that you can utilize. Similar to clients onboarding, you can create some kind of automation using Zapier or Make with your employees onboarding by creating a Slack channel, creating folder for a particular employee in Drive that will speed up your onboarding process significantly. Then you can use automation tools for content cross-publishing. So, for instance, when you publish a new YouTube video, it will convert it into LinkedIn post. Similar, it can be sending LinkedIn post into X and so on. It's also useful to create some kind of agency reporting. And what I suggest you to do is to create some kind of project monitoring dashboard where you can pull your task management data, conversion rate, monitoring across all clients, where you can pull like users, average order value, and their revenue to be on track for all your projects. And some kind of time tracking also will be useful here. Besides that, it's also important to have some kind of finance, marketing, and high-level dashboard for your CEO. I can show you very simplified version, but here you can see the main KPIs that you can track weekly, monthly. You see your financial metrics by clients, your revenue, profit margin, and all other KPIs. Also important, like your hourly rate. And on the right side, you can see your employees' performance, their hourly rate. You can see other expenses here as well. I hope this video was useful. If you want to automate your CRO agency and need my help, you can book a free call with me. In the description below all the information. Have a great day.